Just gotta find a charger. Got something to reach over there?
No, sit over there.
Okay.
In the bottom, John.
All right.
Well,
I got more power now.
Oh, that's great. Well, I guess we can just start. We can start the show because I think it's.
Let's see. Yeah, fine.
Oh, right. Oh, there's Maurice. Right on. What time is it? Okay. Hi, Maurice.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. I'm gonna use my phone. I don't know what happened with the laptop. I couldn't get in with the laptop, so I'm gonna use my phone. That's all.
Okay.
So now I can't see John. Is John in?
He's there. Yeah.
Okay, good. So you can't see both of us. I can't see him. Then
Right now,
I can only see you.
Right now, I
Okay.
see everybody. John pops in and out like he just popped out.
Oh,
Right
okay,
there.
okay,
So he
okay.
pops in and
Well,
out.
ask him some questions. He thinks he knows everything.
Well, we were talking about some stuff when I was just going out to the ambassador, and that's where I first met John.
Okay.
And
I won't be able to hear him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He pops in and out. So right now he's out.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you
can hear us, John? Oh.
Big Bad John. Big Bad John.
John?
Uh-oh. Lost link.
No,
that's all right. You don't want to be on with me, John? That's all right, man. I go home. I got things to do here. I'm busy.
He's still on, but he's just. I think he's doesn't have a really strong signal.
Okay.
So, all right. We can ask the questions, and we were just talking before you came on about.
Okay. Well. And well, you know, if people, are we able to take some questions from some people later on today, or is it, I don't know.
Yeah, can we take questions from people a little later on? Yeah, I know.
These questions and many will be answered.
I'm sorry. I've got a lot of talking going around me. I'm trying to stay focused on what we're doing. So I say we just let things happen the way they're happening. We're probably going to have to straighten this whole Zoom thing out as we progress with the show.
Okay. All right. Well, we're getting better and better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think so. We got all that work. We got John in. Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, John.
I got a clean shirt on this time, so that helps a little bit, you know. Video disappearing. Oh, there it goes.
You got him?
I saw him momentarily.
Okay. Yeah, I got him.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he freezes up a little bit, but as long as he can hear and talk, we're good.
In fact, talk to him. Yeah, let's see what John got to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see what you have to say. What do you got to say, man?
I think, John, it would be a good idea just to shut your video off, but keep your audio on. Do you know how to do that? Nope. Hello? It's tough. Lots of bugs to work out. So we were talking just before you came on about how John was working with Willie Dixon and the whole family when I first met him.
Yeah, that's what I didn't know. That he had met you guys before. Freddie and I met you. You know, see, so that was kind of interesting that you went up there to see the show. I wish I could have mustered up the nerve to go and see a lot of those live shows I really wanted to see back in the day, you know. But I missed out on such a lot, you know. A
Well, you
lot
were
of live
busy
music.
yourself. You were busy
Not because
yourself.
oh, great. No, great. Now we got the job going in there. Okay. Cookie. Oh, brother.
Bring the dog in. We've gone to the dogs, is what you're saying.
Guy, he's getting ready to eat up the Uber guy or something like that.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. It's just a package. You guys delivering a package there. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. No, so sorry about that. The great protector. Yeah. Wow. I ain't got to worry about nobody else delivering strange packages here. I'm telling you. So, all right.
So
did you get John?
I think John can hear us, but he pops in and out. So.
Oh, okay. So get on with that story about being at the ambassador there.
Yeah, I would like to. That's what we were just starting to talk about. So, John, if you can hear us, can you elaborate a little bit more on playing back in their late 70s with Willie Dixon?
I think John fell asleep. No, I don't think he did.
I don't know.
Well,
he was on just before you came on. It was really good and strong, and now it's gone again. Crazy.
Oh boy. See what happened when he must be trying to be a new piano player or something, pressing all the buttons and everything. So I don't know. Sometimes the other part of the story.
Oh, wonder what I can do here.
I understand they let you play.
Okay, I'm just gonna try turning off my video and see if that does anything.
Okay. All right.
Nope.
Modern technology. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that has. Oh, wait a sec. There he is. Hello, John.
We have too much video going. Is that what it is?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, if John could shut off his video, we might be able to get his audio.
Oh.
Yeah. Can you hear us, John? Yeah.
That's hard. That's hard, though. But I understand that I think I heard Freddie telling me that they let you get up and play guitar with them or something like that.
Yeah, at the Saturday Jam. So when we were at the Saturday Jam,
okay.
It was actually the first time I ever got up on a stage in a bar. With the legendary.
With your clothes on. With your clothes on. Okay. Not taking back to those other days now. But anyway. But that was I wish I could have did that. You know, that was great to be playing with them guys like that, you know.
Oh, that's incredible.
And he didn't stand for you to play a lot of other stuff. It's like when you start diverting away from the blues, say, hey, young man, hey, come back here. We over here playing the blues, okay? So get over here with us or get off the stage, you know. Yeah, that's what when guys were doing with me, you know. Especially, I ran into a couple of jazz guys like that. They were a little more hardcore than the blues. The blues guys were really friendly and welcoming as far as like, you know, being on stage like that. But I tried to sit in on a jazz set playing my saxophone, and man, they were it was brutal. It was brutal.
Wow.
You know, because they started to hear the song. We're gonna play so and so and else. 1, 2, 1, 2. I was way up. You know, no waiting. They were going. You know, 1, 2, 3, bump. About 6 sax players and me. You know, and I'm trying to catch the head, right? No. Well, you know, like I'm trying to do that, and I got my eyes closed. And then I opened my eyes, and everybody started playing. And then next thing I know, I'm on the stage. I'm the only sax player on the stage now. They want me to solo first.
Wow.
And so now I'm going beep bop, hello, it don't sound good, and they're just over there going, get the hook.
Was this in Chicago?
It was, oh yeah, man, it was brutal.
Wow,
there,
that's
you
pretty,
know, the jazz. You either with the jazz set, you know,
yeah.
you either know what you're doing or you don't, you know. Period. You know, and the blues people are kind of like, if you don't know what you're doing, gather as you go. You know, that's fine. But they were like, you either got it or you don't. You know, come in firing. You know, these guys just come back. Some of them come back from New York, and they were going to town.
That's intense.
So John will tell you about that. He was playing that kind of a guitar back then, you know, that rapid fire rhythmic stuff, you know. Really, he was doing that kind of stuff, you know. And I admired what he was doing, and that's why I like the guitar players all around Chicago. Everybody had a little bit of their own style, you know. That's doing that, you know. So. And John's also got some famous uncles, Jimmy Johnson and Syl Johnson, who just passed away a little earlier this year. Yeah. It's really sad there, you know. I knew Jimmy Johnson pretty well, but I didn't know Syl that well.
No, I'm not familiar with those guys.
Say that again?
I'm not familiar with those names.
Yeah. So Jimmy. Well, another thing about it, Jimmy Johnson is also a famous race car driver's name too. You know,
also the coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
He's you know, whoever has the most popularity kind of overshadows the other one like that. But Jimmy Johnson was famous. We knew was famous blues player. You know, with a pretty high voice. As a matter of fact, John had pretty high voice back in the day too. You know, and in the 80s like that. And he played rhythm guitar with his uncle too.
I just stopped John's video on my end. Let's see if we can hear John. Can you hear us, John?
Oh, okay.
Hello, John?
John's being very elusive tonight.
No, it's not me. It's the phone.
You got it.
It'll pop in for a minute and then it pops out. I heard The last conversation I heard was about Jimmy and Seal. I'm glad you mentioned that. That
Right,
was a great experience for me. You know.
right, right.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's one of the.
Oh, come on, come on. Oh,
What?
I got into the music because of Jimmy and Seal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
yep.
Yeah,
I,
we can.
I think it's taking
Yeah.
a moment to adjust, but I stopped your video, John, so that it's not soaking up so many so much power
So
to
much
Okay.
power. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think we should be able to hear you speak.
Okay.
Oh,
Good.
great. Yeah, that's way better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We can hear you.
So you heard about what we were talking about during the late 70s, and you were working with Willie Dixon. We're just wondering if I was just wondering if you could expand a little bit on what that tour was like, and maybe talk a little bit about playing with James Cotton from Montreal to Vancouver, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
Just go right ahead.
You popped in and popped out. I missed that. You know.
Just talk
Oh.
about touring with Willie Dixon and James Cotton.
Okay. All right. Well, I started with Willie first, and he toured for a while. We went out to Salt Lake City and Glendale, California, and all the way down to the West Coast. Well, we toured with uh what is it? What's his name? John Lee Hooker and Robert Cray and those guys, right? Up and down the coast. Matter of fact, all the way from California to New York.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't much coast left after that.
I know. I met Mike Kappas, which he managed John Lee Hooker, and then I was there when they picked up Robert Cray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was Michael Coleman in the band as well?
In James Cotton's band. Yeah.
And you played with Michael as well?
Yeah. 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 It was back then, it was like family. After a while, you're spending so much time on the road, it was just like family,
Yeah.
Mm.
John was fortunate enough to do them long tours over in Europe too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I never will forget that. I stayed away from home. I didn't think I was living in United States anymore. Mm-mm. The only bad part about it was the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. I was surrounded by a lot of people I didn't know, as opposed to family.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, but it worked out fine. It was an experience.
Yep. Especially because you're making a few dollars,
Oh, oh man.
Especially.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you ain't making no money and you still out there, that's really bad.
Yeah, lonesome and broke. Lonesome, crying, and broke. And hungry.
That's a new CD title.
There we go. Let's work on it.
Not just one song. That's an old CD title there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Lonesome and broke. Wow.
Yeah. Don't forget hungry.
Oh, now you talk about Junior Wells. Gonna tell you about that. Broken, hungry, raggedy too. That's the title of the song. What is songs? Yeah. Oh, Boney does that. Boney Fields. He does that song
Oh,
from Junior. He's played with Junior Wells, and he does that song. I'm broken, hungry, and raggedy too.
right, right.
Mm-mm.
Bonnie's still living in Europe.
Huh?
Is Bonnie still living in Europe?
In Europe, yeah, he lives in I think Paris, outside Paris or something like that. Yeah, he
Oh,
got a big Boney Fields Bones project or something like that. He calls it. Man, he's
okay,
doing very well. You know,
okay.
he's making a very nice name for himself over there. Cause
That's
horn
good.
players, the people broke down and they were just using the rhythm sections for so long. Like a lot of horn players got, they said, well, why we just called in for special occasions or something like that. So Boney got tired of that, and he started playing
Started on
trumpet because he
okay,
was playing trombone. So now
right.
he's playing
I
trumpet now.
remember that too.
Yeah, we changed. So, and hey
Mm.
man, I was telling them that you had that high voice like Jimmy Johnson back in the day when you was playing with Jimmy
Yeah, yeah,
back in the 80s that
right.
did that couple of did that little tour for and Black and Blue and did
Yeah,
a
yeah.
album on
Across
Black and
Europe.
Blue.
Right.
Hmm.
The album is called Here I Am.
Yeah, here I am. And then one of the songs that's on the new 3x3 CD, uh, uh, which I happen to have with me, just like that.
Just a
I just
coincidentally.
happen to have it over here. That one of those songs is off of that. Here I am, right? Or it's a
Yeah,
am I? Okay, all right. So you're getting a little nostalgia along with the new stuff, huh? Okay, the
yeah,
stuff that you do live on the stage. So
yeah.
When was Here I Am recorded?
It was recorded in '79,
Whoa.
but they wouldn't let me sing it. James Cotton put it out first, you know, and
mm,
then we went over to Europe, Jimmy told me, he said, "Well, when we get done touring, I'm taking you in the studio. Prepare your songs as we go along." And I recorded "Here I Am" over there in Europe, in Paris, for the Black and Blue. Yeah,
okay. Well,
yeah. I finally got a chance to do it myself. But James Cotton recorded it first.
mhm.
As a kid, man, I didn't know anything. I'm thinking like I wrote the song. I'm supposed to put it out first, but it didn't happen that way. You know,
Oh,
it still
wow.
it worked out fine. It took me a few years to get over it though.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm,
yeah. And you got a
yeah,
snappier version, don't you?
yeah,
Than
yeah.
James
James
Cotton.
Cotton.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. They speeded it up a lot. Uh, but I got a chance to record on there with him. But I
Mm-hmm.
still wasn't happy. I wanted to sing it.
But all right, no, I did one of Jimmy Johnson's. I mean, not Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Walker songs. He's a piano player, and I did one of his songs. And Jimmy was 90 when he recorded and I had him come in the studio. I wanted him to play on his song. And so we were playing on the song, and we started out 1, 2, 3, 4, dun, 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 and come time for me to sing. Then Jimmy started singing. Well, I had a little girl and she walked all night. And then so we had stopped the song. I said, whoa, wait a minute. Jimmy, hey, I like your song, man. I want to do your song, like he said, yeah, that's all right. Like he's like, yeah, come on, you can sing with me, kind of that like that. And I'm going like, no, let me sing it first. And then, he goes, oh, okay, all right. And so we finally got that. Bruce was, his head was smoking by the time he said, this guy. But we got it done.
Hey, Larry, you think you could send me a copy of this interview? Cause I'm popping in and out. I'm missing all the good stuff.
No.
It's okay. No. It's all being recorded on Facebook and YouTube. So you'll be able to find it there.
Well, I missed that too. I just popped out and popped in.
It's all on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, what's going to be on the top? What title?
I think it's the Larry Lever Show.
Okay.
Just an hour. Yeah. No, it's Cheese Toast. Larry's Cheese Toast.
It's supposed to be Cheese Toast, but
okay.
We're still working.
Yet,
That's another thing.
Did I give away the secret title? Sorry. Well, when we gonna start playing the theme song? We got Cheese Toast. Toast.
It's great that we've got John on tonight.
Okay, all right.
That was a little bit of a task. So
yeah.
I think once we
it's
get
still
that
a task, because as soon as you guys start going talking about some good stuff, then I'll pop out.
John does seem to be always a task. Always a task.
Always. When you get this old, that's not a good thing. All right.
Oh no, not that part, But I tell you one thing, we had a good time in that studio getting that music out.
Oh man, Byron, I love Byron, man.
Yeah.
He's very easy to work with, and he's so talented to be blind.
And he knows what you want right before you know do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Right. When we going back?
I'm going to be going back and then finish up Shirley Johnson's project. So, hey, you go and put some finishing touches on there. That'd be next week sometime, I think. I'll see. I might be going to Chicago and finishing up. So I've got some other affairs to do in Chicago too, things to attend to, for me. Unrelated to the music business, so I have to my home and everything. So I'll let you know. But meantime, get to this music there. Getting to this music, Chaplain, with your uncle.
Okay.
That's what we need. I need to find out how you like that, man.
Oh, working with any family member, especially when he's in charge, was a challenge. Okay, because I was raised up on 47th Street, kind of a hothead.
Okay.
And Jimmy was a disciplinarian. All right. Yeah. Okay. Oh man. And he put it on me, boy. I learned responsibility working with Jimmy. All right.
Okay.
But it was a great thing. But while I was going through it, you can't, you hollered at me, you made me mad.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, I made him mad too. Yeah. Well, it turned out to be a great experience for me, as a kid. Yeah, I appreciate every moment of it. I miss him tremendously.
Okay, I got you.
And then too, as a teenager, you think you know everything, right? And only to find out you don't know jack.
Yeah. Well, you was whippersnapper back then. Let's put it that way, huh?
That's
Something
what
like
I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I learned.
So how's the scene in Detroit?
Detroit is up and down. Okay, they don't have the venues or the work that I had in Chicago. If I was in Chicago,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
yeah, drop tremendous drop.
Uh-oh.
Yes, but we're doing all right though. You know, Detroit is okay with me.
Okay.
Managed to get involved with the Detroit Blues Society, which has been throwing me a few crumbs here and there. You know, and don't get me wrong. I call them crumbs because it's not according to what I'm used to, but I'm grateful to have anything. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the way it goes for us. Sometimes it's glory and sometimes it's gutter, you know. Just, you know, so that's sometimes it's hard to handle the in-between stuff, you know, the extremes, to try to ride in the middle there because it's so much extreme. Some people wanna, oh, you're so wonderful, and then the other people want to spit on you, you know. So going down the street, you know. So this is that's where I found you know the relationships, you know, while in the music there, so like that. So I'm glad you were able to travel with some family members. It was like nobody in my family played, so I was the only knucklehead out there. You know, the ones to do this. What do you want to do that for? You know, you could have your steady job. I worked at the post office, and they got him. Hey, man, my dad was like, hey, he got him a government job now. That's you know, you know, he thought I was set for life there. You know, so I don't think so. So yeah. It's good that you were able to do that. You know, my dad knew 2 chords on the guitar. Don't E and A. That's it. You know.
He worked with it though, didn't
Yeah. You get to drink a little bit, and then you would hear E and A over and over again. So, so yeah. And you can play that. You get that guitar out. You know what he gonna do. You know. All right. So.
Well, the reason I was asking about Detroit is I was just thinking that a lot of places are really struggling to come back, and it seems like in
from
Houston,
the pandemic?
in Chicago, in Edmonton, all these different. I'm not hearing a lot going on in Vancouver either, so it seems like everybody's city has got to
Yeah.
reform the music scene and figure out what it's doing is kind of the way I'm seeing it. I just read some guy was saying in Edmonton that he had just moved back. He was away from Edmonton for 2 or 3 years, and he just got back, and he was saying, well, what happened to the music scene here? And all these people who've been around for a long time knew what it was like in the 90s when everything was, cooking. However, there's like a new scene going on. It's not really blues, but it's definitely a scene, and there's actually apparently more clubs than there used to be. But all these clubs are like virgin clubs. They're brand new. They're not sure exactly how they want to run it, which is it can be a problem, that can lead to trouble. So I'm just wondering if that's what it's going to be like for the next few years until clubs reestablish themselves.
Well, I can speak on my behalf. What about you, John? What do you think about the work situation?
The work situation is horrible over here. All right, unless I mean you could go out and jam every night, but that's not
Yeah,
the ticket.
yeah,
Can't buy
yeah.
no beans and cornbread with jamming.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
basically you paying to play.
yeah, it's rough in some areas, and some other people are having their a good I would say the good tours and things like that, because they hook up with some of the agents that are really doing well for them, and they're only doing it with certain bands. And now that they had the less clubs to deal with, the the situation got worse, as far as like the now the bands hall start have to look for, they have less agents now too, so now bands have to scramble trying to get a good agent. I know we're trying to get a decent agent out there by now. If
Definitely.
anybody else is listening, we're looking right there. Yeah, we are looking too. So just trying to keep your head above water, while you still are able to do your craft is kind of hard too. And of course, it's sad to look at the clubs and say, "Well, wow, this club not here anymore," or they don't do what they used to do with the live music, So and the bands are suffering, and then the other ones have found a different approach to everything, too, and. So we and everybody got to find what their new approach to something like that, So good luck to us,
Right.
What do you plan to do, John? You got
What I
new
plan to do, I got I'm planning for a Blues Heaven Foundation next month, and one of my favorite clubs, Poorhouse.
What's the dates on that?
Blues Heaven, July the 20th, and the Poorhouse will be the 24th.
Oh, okay. Poorhouse is in DeMott, Indiana.
Yeah.
And the Blues Heaven Foundation is on 22nd and is that State Street or Michigan?
Cermak.
I think it's Michigan.
That's Michigan and Cermak.
Michigan and Cermak. That's 21 something, almost to Cermak. Yeah, 22nd Street on Michigan in Chicago. It's right off of downtown. That's a nice place to visit. They got a nice little museum and everything. And you might have something else going on in between there. They might have a surprise party for you or something when you get there.
I wish they would. I wish they would. I'd be happy to do that,
Oh,
but I'm happy I got Steve Bell's gonna play with us. Yeah, and Freddie Dixon. Yeah.
Okay. One
of my favorite keyboard players, Dedrick Blanchard from the Otis Clay Band.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, you're gonna have some more people visiting you, because they hadn't seen you in a while, and they they don't get a chance to see you as often as they used to when you lived in Chicago, So they go like, "What? John's in town." They go run over there. Yeah, you might have to pay them that $5. And you might have to pay them that $5 you owe them. I don't know, but you. They can still up. They're waiting for you when you get off stage, All of them. Hi, John. How you doing?
You got a rock for Freddie.
Yeah. John just like play a guitar. I go, oh no, don't tell me. Can I get a little early? Get paid a little early so I can get out. Oh boy,
Freddie got to look out. She got it out for him. Where my money?
I know. He's man.
Put that out there. Huh?
Man, they ain't all your troubles. He even told me his brother's in town now.
Who, Bobby?
Bobby is in
Oh,
town,
my Lord.
dude. Uh-oh.
My Lord. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, boy, it's gonna be exciting now to watch fireworks going on there.
So
Call the
we
police.
don't know who Bobby is. Who is Bobby?
Bobby Dixon.
Mm.
Freddie's brother.
Right.
Yeah, so piano player. His dad, Freddie and Freddie is his brother, and then so they're both of their dads, Willie Dixon. So Willie, I mean, Bobby's doing a couple of his dad's songs too as well. You know, we wasn't able to use him on the session there because he was out of town, or he might have been living in Ireland or something. You know, he did stuff like that. You know, so. But let's get back to John, what John is doing, because people was asking me on the show, John Watkins going to be on the show. What's he doing? I said, hopefully you listen in and you'll find out what he's doing, because I'd rather for him to tell you than me, you know, because I come up with all kinds of stuff.
Are you finding a lot of festivals that are available to play at, John? John?
Uh-oh. I think this is his out period here. Uh-oh. He's not finding. I doubt if that answer is going to be good there. So but there's a few going on that I've heard about. You know.
Yeah, I'm finding these things basically on Facebook. All these new festivals that are cropping up. A lot disappeared from last year. I think we might have chatted a little bit about that in the past. But there's now. It's really strange that it seems. I don't know if this happens in Houston and Detroit on Facebook, but there's always these. There's one for Edmonton called the. Can't remember what it's called. But it's basically clubs, music scene sort of topics, and
or like pub crawls or something like that.
No, they're actually Facebook pages, and people will
Facebook
go
pages.
on there.
Okay.
Yeah, people go on these pages and post something like, "We're looking for more acts for our festival," and festivals will have their own pages, and that's something. That's something I kind of pursued last year and had some success with, so I did it again this year.
Okay, good.
But like everything else, to me it doesn't seem much more than it's very similar to the jam scene. You know, it's not high paying or paying. Some of them are not even paying. It's like
right. Well, they're mainly just trying to have some activities, and they're not with the scale of pay for the musicians, so to speak. Is more like, oh well, we've had some family play, and and we want to have something special this year, so you have some people that don't charge a lot of money or do it for a hobby or something like that, and they might do that festival, and they call it a big festival, and it's a big deal for them.
Yeah,
you see, so that's where they can go. Now, last year, I'll tell you what happened. Well, actually, this was we're going back into 2017, when my niece, who lives in lived in West Helena, Arkansas, and she told me, say, hey, my Uncle Maurice, why don't you talk to this lady about this festival? She's a friend of mine, and so I sent her some promo. It was like about So like in 2017, you know, right? And then she calls me in 2019, right after the festival is done in October, right? So right on during that month, she calls me back and she says, I want you to do the festival next year with me on the 2020. And we know what happened then, you know, so it was postponed in 20, and then we postponed it again in 21, and then somebody couldn't make it for the 22, so she asked about John, and so I got John and Watkins and his band to come from Detroit down there and play, and it's called the Big King Biscuit Festival.
Yeah.
You know,
we had a wonderful time down there too.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Yeah. The Carla is a wonderful person, and she I enjoyed meeting her myself, and then that was one of the highlights of last year for me. You know.
Yeah.
I've heard of that festival. It's been around for it's a pretty well established festival, isn't it?
Yes, it is. One of the biggest ones in the South of the United States. There, you know, it's one of the biggest ones.
Well, a lot of the
King Biscuit.
There's a few festivals that disappeared in Alberta that were pretty long running, but they just didn't have great turnouts last year. And so they pretty much folded up their tents and went away. But at the same time, I'm seeing a lot more of these small, almost like corporate or company type festivals where they've got a core of people and they attract other people and it slowly turns into a festival. These are brand new festivals that never existed before.
Right. And that's what we need too.
Well, yeah.
When somebody else is closing their tents, you know, other people are opening up, you know, so, you know, they don't have to be exactly the same size or whatever, but it's good. That's a good thing, you know. We appreciate it.
Well, yeah, everybody needs a place to play, and it's got to, these new festivals, I think, are going to reestablish what we're all thinking about, you know, festivals that will keep going every year and get larger and larger and larger, and it's difficult to say what kind of genres they'll be supporting. It's almost like wait and see, but it's almost like everybody's kind of into a mix still, because people are still coming out of the pandemic, you know? It's almost like everyone's been hibernating for a couple of years.
Well, I'll tell you another thing too shortly there. I've run into some people that knew at running a festival or something like that and didn't really realize and they volunteered and didn't really realize how much work it actually was and how overwhelming it was, you know, like that. They're overwhelmed with everything, with the vendors. You got all of the bands that want to play, and they're bickering about things, try to negotiate. Let's put a new word, negotiate for the money and everything. And your place to play, all of the you have a staff of volunteers. It's just overwhelming for some people, and they do it like 1 year and go like, not I'm doing that anymore. I'd rather take a. Beat me with a stick or something, I'm doing that anymore. So and that's, what happens, they got a good heart when they start, but turn into like never again, So all right, John, what's your plans for the future? Are you still there?
Yeah. Okay. I plan to keep on recording. I'm falling in love with that again. I'm working on a bunch of material. I'm hoping that Crest Eyes, in a few real soon. You know.
You got some of them songs burning a hole in your pocket, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Now, I know you got some good titles. What's the title of one? Just give me a title of one of them. Now I'm gonna see what it does for my mind.
Well, if you just kiss me, I'll do anything for you.
Oh, I'm gonna play. I'll play for you.
Oh man, I had to twist your arm, man, in the studio, man. I would love to have you playing with me, man.
I will play for
You want
you.
to play? You want to play
Anytime. Okay,
saxophone and
we do
keyboard?
that. You know that. You know
Yeah.
whatever you need, John. I'll bring you. I'll bring the donuts. You know, whatever. You know. So
All right, all right.
yeah.
You talking that mess? I
No,
I I got something for you.
I
All
do
right.
it. I do
Yeah.
it. You can hold me
We
to it this time. You can hold
we
me to it.
will see. We will
No,
see. You get locked behind that board, man, and oh.
no, no. Not this time. We're gonna whatever you need. It's wide open now. We're ready. Reese Records is recording again. So we got John Watkins and Freddie Dixon and Maurice John Vaughn and yeah, we might be fortunate enough to get a little something from Larry out there. You know, we got digital stuff going on nowadays. We can do a
Exactly.
lot
Yeah.
of stuff.
It's amazing
Yeah,
on
yeah,
with
yeah.
what's available for recordings now compared to the
Mm-hmm.
last record I put out. Um, it's possible to send things to uh, England or Africa and have these different producers put their little twist on things. Have you tried
Yeah,
anything like that?
and then send back. Well, we
Yeah,
haven't had to do that, fortunately. I
yeah.
haven't had to. So maybe John has. I don't know.
No, not even close.
Wow. Yeah, well, we send it. You can send it somewhere. Will it come back? I don't know.
Well, Donald Ray Johnson was the guy who
You
was
better
kind
be
of
sending some money with it. Yeah, you better be sending some money with it. That's gonna be the problem. You're gonna like, oh, they're gonna put such and such on there. Hello, are they still there? I don't know. That song is gone.
well, not only have a
Yeah,
lot of the clubs disappeared, but because of the pandemic, apparently with all the changing technology, a lot of the studios are gone. Are you finding that where you
wow.
guys are located as well?
We don't know that much about the studio or the other studios, but this studio that we found out south there, excuse me, we found a studio out south called Beecher's Studio, and the engineer is legally blind. And he is actually showing Mr. Donald Ray Johnson. He met Donald Ray on the telephone there. He's showing Don how to do some things there too, you know. So, but he's actually a teacher. He teaches blind kids how to do audio and everything, you know. And he was our engineer for our session. He'd been out there maybe about 18, 19 years. And he got a little small room, and he works miracles with that, you know, and he knows his way around, and he's very flexible. He's also a musician, excellent musician. He plays bass and drums, and he's trying to learn a little guitar right now. And I mean, how much can you do, man? You know, so and he's crazy about us because we brought the blues there, the real blues, to his studio, you know, and he's used to dealing with a bunch of people that were a little inexperienced, you know. So now when we came there, we kind of meant business, you know. Well, and we got this big project done, so we can't wait to do the next one now, you know.
Now, is that an older studio or is that a newer studio?
He's got some vintage stuff in there, and he's got a lot of modern stuff in there, especially his computer that he uses to record with. He has to do everything by sound. So his computer talks back to him when he moves on it. That's how he finds his way around and does the recordings and everything. He's got excellent ear, and he kind of knows what I want and he said, no, listen to this. As comparison to what I was saying was great. He was going like, well, listen to this and see if it's better. We got a little comparison thing going. And most of the time it's like, yeah, that is better. Let's keep that, there. So those things like really happen for Mr. Byron Hart.
He moves around.
Say that again, John.
Speaking about the movement on the keyboard, he has to do everything on the keyboard like that, And one thing about it, he has to do it systematically by sound. And this guy is he's talking too fast for me to understand. But Byron can go from one setting to another like that. By this guy reads out everything, all the settings, and then he chooses what he wants to stop at. And does that.
And John was at this session as well.
18 years. Pardon me?
John was at this session as well.
Yeah. We recorded at the studio. And I played some piano for John's session, and when his band came, so I kind of was listening in and kind of help put things together. And when he came to town. And see, the studio is outside of Chicago, so he brought one of the guys from his band, and then we kind of pieced it together from there. And and Tim played drums on most of everything. He's one of Eddie Taylor's sons, and they're celebrating his 100th birthday this year. Eddie Taylor Sr.
And where's that celebration happening?
Yeah, it passed by already. Sorry about that, but it was down. They had it down in Austin, Texas.
That's what I
about
thought.
2 hours from me. Yeah, and it had a big celebration down in Antoine's nightclub, Antoine's nightclub in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, I saw
which
that.
Is a spot that Stevie Ray Vaughan used to play, and Marcia Ball and different people like that, Jimmy Vaughan and everything. So if I had lived down here back then, I might be one of those, the Vaughan, mistaken for one of those Vaughan brothers, never know.
The other Vaughan brother.
Yeah, maybe. Well, actually, I did a session with Stevie Ray Vaughan in 1985. He played on one of AC. I was playing with AC Reed, and we drove down to Austin, and Stevie Ray Vaughan played on 3 songs, the AC Reed CD. And I gave him one of my albums, and I signed it. I said, now you're going to have to check out your family tree. So he got a kick out of that, So yeah, we miss him too, Stevie.
Yeah, that was a pretty crushing thing. And I remember talking to AC Reed shortly after it happened, because he was telling me all about the session that he had started with Stevie, and they were planning another one. And then he said, but then he said, and then Stevie had to get him. How did he say it? He said it in a way that kind of took me aback. Like he wasn't in a terrible accident. He said he got himself killed. And I never heard of anybody
well, that's kind of the way that cowboys talk back in the day. So that's kind of like an old Western term, and got himself killed, got himself shot up, So that's one thing I can say. I watched a lot of Gunsmoke and
and now you're in
what's the one I'm watching now? Steve McQueen on the Wanted, Dead or Alive.
I'm watching Gunsmoke.
Yeah. So we're trading back and forth.
So John, John, do you also have Stevie Ray Vaughan stories?
Yeah. I met Stevie Ray in New York through Sugar Blue.
Okay.
Sugar Blue was the harmonica player for the Rolling Stones at one point.
Yep.
And he ended up working with Willie Dixon with us. So we played this place called Fifth on Fifth. And Stevie Ray Vaughan opened up for us while I was playing with Willie. And after the gig, we went over to his house where he was staying, and everybody jammed all night. I ended up falling asleep, and they threw me in the van the next morning and drove all the way back to Chicago.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys are partying like that, and all I saw was a bunch of pigeons outside my hotel. That was it.
No, Stevie Ray was an interest. And I met Jimmy too.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Vaughan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like both of them's plans. They're both of their plans is different, the brothers, so that's cool, that they each got their own style. Not one try to do like the other one and all that, So
another band that I really got close to was the Nighthawks.
Mm-hmm.
They were big and popular back in the 60s.
Wow.
Yeah. Anybody ever heard of this group called the Persuasions? They were a cappella group. You remember them?
It sounds familiar.
And what was the name of his songs that they had out?
Look Like I'll Spend Another Night with the Boys.
I'm not familiar with that one. There gotta be a couple.
It was a great song. It was a great song.
The Persuasions. Okay. Yeah, I'm not.
All
right.
Yeah.
And they were from Detroit or Chicago?
No, I think they were from the Bronx.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in New York. Outside New York City. Yeah.
Right. Right. But they were touring with us across Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I was playing with James Cotton,
we had a lot of reviews going back then, that they don't have nowadays. Reviews. You see like 4 or 5 acts on one show. So
right.
Yeah, they don't see that anymore like that.
No.
On the rock and roll guys, they might on the rock and roll set, they might do that, but mainly for the blues like that. So, hey, I hate to put this in there, but somebody might have a question or two for you before we get out of here.
Okay. Well, you got to take into consideration my phone keeps popping in and popping out. That's why I want to get the whole interview and hear it on Facebook.
Okay. Okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
'cause
We'll try to work it in like that, right? Right, Larry?
Yeah, I'm trying to find where you're. Are you seeing something that I'm not seeing from a
Oh, I'm
chat?
not seeing that. I didn't know if somebody was. You know how to work the chat thing. I had to
I
resort to
wish.
my phone so I could get on there. You know.
yeah. Well, anytime you don't hear my voice for a while, you know I done drifted out and back
Yeah.
in.
Well, we're giving it a little extra oomph now. Anyway, we'll
Okay.
pass. So if we got a little time for a few more questions or something, a few questions anyway.
I got nothing coming in on the chat, but I might not be looking at the right page. I'm just checking it out
Well,
here.
they might be interested in something you want to ask John. You know, cause boy, he has to go after a while, cause we have to a busy schedule, I guess. So trying to got to probably go eat or something like that. Now it's are you popping in or popping out, John?
I popped out for a second. I
Oh,
got
okay.
to the point where you talking about something to eat. Now I heard that.
Okay, that's premature. You wait for the question, then we go get something to eat, okay?
Okay.
All right, John. Don't you? No. Try to sneak that old Polish sausage while you.
Hint. Did you get the hint?
That's
John popped out for a while and he come back.
With a lot of grease around my mouth.
I know he's kind of sneaking one. Yeah, that little sandwich under the table. Now, all right. Yeah, no, you didn't find any questions, huh,
hang on.
Larry?
I'm still trying to get
Okay.
there
Okay.
because there's two different. There's the there's a lot. Hang on a sec. Here we
Larry
go.
getting ready to self-destruct over there.
Welcome to live chat.
Now,
Okay.
if he hit the button, we on our own, John.
I'll try not to hit the button.
Yeah, he's giving his self-destruct.
I might have to get the producer in on this one.
Okay, well, you know, we can save up the questions like next week. Save up some questions, we'll try to answer them next week or something like that. If you got something going next week, maybe. Do you think you're gonna do something next week? No, maybe.
I don't
come
think
back.
That's Independence Day, right?
Say what?
Is it?
That's
Independence Day. That's right. That's right. We're independent from something.
I'll soon be celebrating Independence Day when I'm down there. That's for sure.
Yeah, we got. But the independence.
Yeah, we're still working some bugs out on the chat room because there's nobody in there right now. That could be my fault. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, listen, it was something else that you wanted to know from John, didn't you? And probably is answering the same question that they would probably be answering. You know, there's something else.
I think we covered a lot of it. You know, I was always fascinated about the musicians that everybody played with at different points in their career. And you know, I was just wondering what that would have been like. I don't remember seeing a second guitar player with Michael Coleman and with when he was playing for James Cotton, but I imagine that would be.
That was me.
Yeah,
that was me. Yeah,
and that would probably be pretty incredible because Michael really he had the ability to play a lot.
Yeah.
Like he said a lot on the guitar.
Yeah, all of us did, but you have your spot. If you playing a little too much, you are out of the band all of a sudden, you know. So
Yeah.
you
Right.
had to play in your spot, you know. I know that when I played with Luther, it was like that, you know. Sure.
Yeah.
He's a guitar player, and you playing. You better keep your spot over there, and I keep my spot over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sure was like that.
Oh,
I didn't
did
have
I
any
have?
problems.
Did I happen to tell you about this CD that John's on? This one called 3x3. Yeah, Freddie Dixon, John Watkins, and Maurice John Vaughn. It's 3x3, and you can get online and get that. Maybe through Spotify, whatever, and you can or you can send me an email. MOEJVON at hotmail.com and send me $25. I'll send you one of these absolutely free. That's right. So that's my shameless commercial. Includes Mr. John Watkins in the middle. That's his picture right there.
Yep.
Debbie Varlin took the pictures. That's right. That's right.
So, and on that note, I think it wraps it up because right when you said that, my battery warning light just came on.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Is
We
that
know what
timing?
happens then.
I think that's what happened last week with Freddie.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That timing is some of everything.
Yeah.
That's telling us it's time to go for right now. I guess we can come back one day, huh, John? We have it all together. Huh?
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
And I apologize to anybody out there that was trying to ask questions in the chat room. I just don't know how to find it yet, but we'll get that worked out.
Save them. Write them down and save them. And we'll answer them as we get them. You know, we'll answer them on there, I guess. You know, okay. I answer what I can answer, and Larry answer what you can. Thanks for being our Cheese Toast host.
That's
Larry's
cheese toast for another
week. That's right. I want to hear that cheese toast. That's pretty snappy there.
We forgot.
Can't play that right now.
We forgot to ask John what his favorite type of cheese toast is.
Oh, one with a Polish sausage on top.
Wait a minute, I missed that. Say that again.
He said, what is John's favorite kind of cheese toast? I said, preferably one with a Polish sausage on top. Maxwell Polish sausage. Yeah.
All right.
Well, you know what I'll be doing right after this interview.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get to it. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we caught up with you, John.
Yeah.
Hey,
thanks a lot, John. I really appreciate it. And Maurice, as always, a lot of fun. And we'll look forward to doing it again.
You guys
stay tuned next
take
week,
care,
everybody.
Okay. See you next time. See you next week. Same back channel.
Send me some cheese toast. Send me some of that cheese toast.
We will.
Oh,
you know?
Cheese toast.
Yeah, I want a commitment.
Oh, and Larry ends it just like that. Uh-oh. Willie.